Hey guys, welcome back to Modeling Manhood. Today I'm in the vehicle and I'm going to share a little story. Today's title is Dude, We've Got Room. So my wife and I, if we ever see something on the side of the road and we think it has some value for our kids or for our family, or we could use it for something, or even take it home just to throw on the bonfire to burn, we will shove it in whatever vehicle we have at the time and take it home. While we were out seeing Christmas lights with the kids one year with the minivan, and we found this playhouse with 4 sides and 2 roofs. It was about 6 by 6 feet in size and probably about 5 feet tall. And it was already disassembled on the side of the road, taken apart, and we got 3/4 of the pieces in our minivan at the time. And the rest of the pieces wouldn't quite fit in the van, so we decided to strap them to the roof. The only problem was we did not have my work truck or any ratchet straps. So we didn't have any bale and twine to work with. The only thing that we had was either taking the kids' warm clothes and like tying them down like that, or to use our trusty old jumper cables. So my wife took a set of jumper cables and put them in her window, and we put the door closed and we put the window all the way up to keep them tight. And then we wrapped over the top of the van with the jumper cables, and I brought them in my side and I pulled them in and we put my window up. And that was how we were going to securely get these last few pieces of this playhouse home for the kids to enjoy. My brother ended up following us, and before he realized it was me, I can remember him telling me, he goes, "What are those crazy people hauling on top of their vehicle?" And it was me and my wife and the kids taking a playhouse home, using jumper cables as ratchet straps to keep things attached to the ceiling. We've had other instances where we've taken home like playground slides, all kinds of things. If you can think of it or find value in it, we've tried taking it home or finding some use for it. But that's one of our favorite Dude, We've Got Room stories. We laugh about that anytime we see somebody's furniture out to the side of the road, and whatever we're driving, we just kind of look at each other and be like, "Hey, we've got room," or "Dude, you've got room," or "Girl, you got room," and we just kind of laugh about it. Sometimes in the stories of the Bible, while you're reading through, there's some creative solutions or solutions that you probably wouldn't think of. One of those is examples that I think about in a story that I enjoy is in Acts chapter 27. Paul is on his way to Rome, and they are in really bad storms. And the men hadn't eaten for days, and they're getting tired and sick, and it's just not going well, and it doesn't look promising. The storm on the Mediterranean Sea was getting the best of that Roman ship that he was on heading to Rome. And Paul gets everybody together, and he breaks bread with them, and he tells them that the ship is going to go down, but every man is going to be alive. And I can imagine the sailors being like, "What do you mean everybody's going to be alive? We're going down in this terrible storm." But God gave Paul the wisdom there just to share with all the men. So the men ended up going overboard and grabbed onto whatever pieces they could grab onto, kind of like us grabbing whatever we could on the side of the road that day for all those parts for the playhouse. But all the men made it safely to shore that day, and God provided a way for them. If you read through the Old Testament and New Testament, God surprises us in the way that he accomplishes things, not the way that we would think logically how they would be solved, but the solutions and the way God works things miraculously are just beyond our comprehension, and always fun to read about. So I would encourage you guys to read that story. It's one of my favorite stories about Paul, other than his experience there on the road to Damascus. So thank you guys for joining us, and remember, mirror your maker and journey with Jesus today. Thank you so much for watching.